Not long ago, Meg Tilly received a bracelet from her sister, the actress Jennifer Tilly, and it came with the inscription, "It's never too late to be what you might have been." Meg took it as a sign that she was doing the right thing, returning to acting after a self-imposed hiatus that lasted more than 15 years.
If you want to see our boys with bullets in their guns and bombs in their planes, you will show her the same respect.
Back in the 80s, Meg was a popular actor with a career in full swing. She co-starred in The Big Chill.
Alex and I made love the night before he died. It was fantastic.
Won a Golden Globe for playing a troubled nun in the film Agnes of God.
I'm not a mistake. I'm here, aren't I? How can I be a mistake if I'm really here?
But then Meg retreated from Hollywood into the wilds of her home province of British Columbia. The timeout allowed her to raise her kids, the youngest from her relationship with a man named Colin Firth.
I'm in love.
You're in love.
Yes.
She also used the time to write novels as a way of working through the abuse she suffered as a child at the hands of her stepfather. Now she's found her way back with the sort of courage and resilience she shows each week on her new hit show, Bomb Girls.
Fox in the hen house. Isn't that what you said? Well, I'm smoking you out.
Welcome back, Meg Tilly!
Good. How are you?
Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome back. Listen, I've been thinking a lot about our conversation since the last time you were here.
Uh-huh.
Sincerely. I was
Right.
thinking about this inscription on your bracelet.
Yes.
Talk to me about this again.
The it's never too late to be what you might have been.
Right.
Yes.
I was thinking about this because, and that's what helped you decide to come back
Yeah,
to do this, right?
uh-huh,
As
yeah,
an actor.
uh-huh.
I was thinking, there's a lot of things that you're interested in your life. Is this what you are or what you could have been? There's so many things you could have been.
Well, I got to do theater, and I'd never done theater. Is this what I could have been? Yeah, but I never knew I could have been it.
No, I'm in. This is
You
it.
know what I mean? Like I mean, I imagined, like when I dreamt big lying on that attic floor with my sisters, you know, and thinking like, oh, and we talk about dream jobs. My dream job was, I'm going to work in a candy store. No, maybe I'll even own it, you know?
Yeah.
And then when kids come like me who can't afford candy, I'll give them candy, right? Well, that's not my dream now, but that was like my biggest, like the dreamiest of dreams that I could dream.
So for a lot of people,
I couldn't even dream this.
Of course not, because it almost doesn't make sense in a way.
Yeah.
That one, but you have pulled it off. So now that you've reached that level where you've achieved your dreams, for those who are watching who don't have a dream necessarily, they're not sure what it is they could be, what would you say?
I would say have a dream. It doesn't matter if that's your ultimate dream. What happens, right, is that have the dream, because if you reach, and it can be a big dream, if you reach for the stars, you'll end up maybe at the moon. But if you don't have a direction you're going in, a lot of times, like, haven't you found, as you're walking in a certain direction, that's how you find the crossroads that leads you to the direction you're supposed to be, that leads you to the other direction that you're supposed to be, that leads you to the other direction. Oh, this is really soft.
Can you?
But there's hard muscles underneath.
Yeah. Can you take that direction
as
a little lower?
As a mother, not. Sorry, you know what I mean. Like, oh, sweetheart. You know what I mean. So.
You guys should be ashamed of yourselves for going where you went with it. So what was it like then for you when? Because you had spent so much time not being on camera, that when you went on camera and went through your own experience, fine. But when the people you know and like and love, when they were going to see you acting now like your partner sees you, your friends haven't seen you do this for a long time.
No, my kids.
They hadn't seen that.
They weren't allowed to see my stuff until they hit 18.
Your husband has to watch this, right?
Yeah.
How did you feel knowing that he was going to watch it?
I was scared because I don't watch the show. So he would be like, oh, and he was so excited, like, oh, it's Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. And as the day would, I'd be fine in the morning, but then around noon, I'd start getting the knot in my stomach, like, is he gonna still love me? You know, when you have, no, but seriously, like, you don't really think about it, but when you have a bit of, when people know you, it can be very hard for partners sometimes, right? Because, it can be hard on relationships, and I didn't know, because he hadn't known me as an actor. I was a writer, and he wasn't allowed to see my films because he hadn't seen them. So it was like, okay, well, don't see my films because I
hadn't seen your films.
No, I mean, if he had been very young. So it wasn't like he didn't connect that. He met me at a writing workshop.
Right.
So I really wanted to keep that sort of like you love me, like with my, big oversized clothes, and I didn't wear makeup.
So his only relationship with you was you as the woman in front of him, as opposed to any idea or vision of what you
might be.
Right.
I'm sure you get that too.
I have fake profiles. I pretend to be different people on different websites, so no one knows it's me. Stick around. More with Meg after this. Okay, so next, Meg, Jack Nicholson, and a rattlesnake. Who wins? I'm going to find out next. All right, back here. We're hanging out with Meg Tilly. Another thing that I noticed watching Bomb Girls is that it really does showcase that moment in time when women were able to be different. They were able to kind of be who they were,
right?
In that sense. Doing the show and watching other people react to it, have you got that?
I feel proud, and I feel my grandmother with me, and I wish that she was alive now so I could talk with her, and I could, I love it, and I love people's response to it, and I love that you came on it.
No, yeah, I love it.
But I wish that you had come on when I did.
I know that. Well, listen, I got to be an Italian man.
I know.
On my trailer, it actually said Italian man, which I kind of like. No, I love being on Bomb Girls. It was a lot of fun, right? Because it's also historical and Canadian, which is an important part. What happened down here. So let's go back to you and Jack Nicholson. You and Jack Nicholson.
Yes.
Watch this.
I can't do it alone.
Don't suppose you'll have to.
I got it. Oh no. Was this where we kissed?
That's wrong.
Don't be too sure.
I haven't seen that since it opened, because I don't see my...
What's the year? That one came out in 1990. That was in the 2 days.
My daughter was little.
Now, you're one of 1 billion people who've kissed Jack Nicholson now.
You know what? He's one of my favorite actors to work with, because when you're with him, it's like flying, because you just kind of grab hands and jump off the cliff. So if you think a different thought, he's right there with you. It's the coolest thing. Like, I wish every actor would have a chance to work with him. And he has a, should I tell, do you have time for a story?
Yes.
Okay, so we're doing the rehearsals at his house, and I needed to use the restroom, as women are wont to need to.
Well, most people
for practical purposes, not to like. So I go in there.
As a man, I have also used the restroom from time to time. I don't just go in there to look at myself. Okay.
Okay, so I'm like, I have to go in, and he's like, ho ho ho. I can't do Jack. I'm not good at imitations, but he says, go on in there, it's right around the corner. And he's got this kind of look, like anticipation. So I go in, and I turn around, and he's got a plexiglass toilet seat with a rattlesnake, a live rattlesnake embedded in it, with its fangs right out, like this.
At the front?
Yeah.
Oh God.
And so,
it just gets
so
weirder.
I'm like, whatever. So you put your toilet paper down, and you do your business, and you come back out, and I come back in, and I'm doing, and he's like, so did you notice anything? Like, he's just waiting. I'm like, what? He goes, anything different? And I'm like, oh, you mean the rattlesnake in the toilet seat? And he's like, yeah, were you scared? I'm like, Jack, I killed rattlesnakes and ate them as a kid. It's not going to scare me. That was like a little rattlesnake. It wasn't like this big mamacita.
Right. That's actually true. She did kill rattlesnakes and squirrels, and you'd eat them, right?
Yeah, well, rattlesnake's tasty.
It's the worst thing I've ever eaten in my life is a rattlesnake. You think it's tasty? I don't like rattlesnake, no.
You must not have been hungry when you ate it.
No, dude, I didn't just eat it casually.
Did you cook it?
I fried it on a hot rock.
Did you put like a little bit of, we had margarine, but I would recommend butter with a little bit of onion and salt and pepper.
I would like to do a cooking show with you. I would like to do a cooking show with you.
Well, I haven't eaten it since I was a kid, but I remember it being like tasty.
This is why you're amazing, because we can have these sorts of conversations. It is a long, strange trip.
Why did you eat rattlesnake?
Because someone said, hey, we've got rattlesnake, and I went, okay, I'll eat it. I'd never eaten it before. I'd eaten a lot of terrible things and good things.
Okay, tell me your terrible list.
I think rattlesnake was the grossest. I once used I used a jackknife.
It's got a good texture.
It was okay, but
it's like chicken and rabbit.
It was very sinewy. Rabbit, I don't
maybe you
mind.
had an old Wiley one.
Possible.
Like,
It was Northern Alberta.
it wasn't a tender rattlesnake.
No, not at all.
So why did you go vegan? Oh,
That's
sorry,
fine.
I'm interviewing you.
We'll discuss that on our cooking show when we actually do it.
Yeah.
It's so great to see you. Thanks for coming
Nice
in.
to see you.
Real pleasure.
I love you.
Okay. Meg Tilly, everybody. Bomb Girls Season 2, Global TV. We'll be right back.